So, I just got done playing our review copy of Rain, a PlayStation Network exclusive artwork / puzzle game, adventure game. The game starts off, you're a little boy, asleep in his bed in Paris, and you wake up to the sound of rain outside, you go to the window, oh, look at the pretty rain. Out in the rain, you see this little invisible girl getting pounded up by the rain, and so that's how she's visible. And she seems to be afraid and trying to run away from something, and then she goes out of your view, and then it becomes this huge monster, creepy, geometric-looking thing, and chases her away. And he's also invisible. So, you're invisible, the rain reveals you, and so as you're going throughout trying to hide from the monsters, because the monster that you first see is not the only one. There's many other types of monsters, each with their own kind of special abilities, so you need to not be in the rain so they don't see you. So you'll hide under overhangs, try and stay in doorways as they're passing by. Now you can still see yourself in these dry areas by footprints, walking through puddles. You can see the ripples in the puddles. You'll knock over cans, bottles, chairs are in your way. So there's still ways to keep track of where you are as you're walking through these dry areas. Camera-wise, it's kind of like a security footage, like in Resident Evil, where it's just a static camera, and as you kind of move through the scene, it kind of just moves with you, and then as you've entered out of that area, you move on to then another camera takes over. So you can basically do three things to interact with the environment. You can run, you can jump, and you can press circle to actually interact with certain objects that are glowing. You can move a block here and there, so you can climb on it. You can crawl through a small little gap in a wall. Other things that happen as you're going throughout this, you can end up getting covered with mud that makes you more visible to the enemies. So you'll be in the dry areas and your legs will be covered with mud, so obviously they can see you walking around because they see your legs. So to get rid of that, you have to climb into either like a pretty heavy puddle, or sometimes there'll be like these bathtub things that you actually have to dive in to get your body clean of the mud. So as you're going through, you're following this little girl. You're kind of one step behind her most of the time, and then there's a certain point in the game where you do catch up to her, and she becomes just a new element to the solving the puzzles. So you're working in unison to solve some of these puzzles. So that kind of helps. And at one point in the game, the environments change. Not much changes really, as even that environment kind of switches around. You'll still be pushing and pulling a block here. You'll be just trying to climb this to get to a different spot. You'll be hiding under an overhang so the monsters don't see you. It just doesn't change up much. And in lies the problem. There is not a lot of varying puzzle elements to this, and they get very repetitive. The game lasts for around about 4 hours, depending on how much you're struggling with wandering through the different scenes. And if they could have made them a little bit more interactive, just a little bit harder and a little bit more challenging, I would have said it was a great game for puzzle people. It is just super boring if you enjoy puzzle games. It's very simplistic. It's a very linear path. There's no going down different routes, different avenues. It just puts you on a one-way track. It's basically just really trying to tell you a story. And you're just going through this just like as if you're reading a book. It even pops up text because it's a very silent game. There's no speaking parts. So it's just going straight through this. It's just a very beautiful game. It looks like you're just flipping from a page of a book with beautiful art pictures. So I feel like they were really trying to make a beautiful art game, and they accomplished that. It is beautiful. The score is fantastic. It uses Clair de Lune a lot to kind of bring out emotion. As I went through this game, the puzzles just became tedious. They're very simplistic, and if you like puzzle games, you might want to avoid this game. However, if you like art games, once you've started playing this game, I think you're going to find yourself wanting to go through it and play through the whole story just to find the ending. Because it is a very beautiful game. The music is fantastic. It just flows so well with the game, gives you so much atmosphere. What can I say? Rain, it's beautiful. To say that I didn't enjoy myself playing this game would be a lie. It was a very beautiful game, very enjoyable to watch, to the music, the sounds, the sights, even the idea was great. Just the puzzles. I can't get past it. Would I pay $15 for this game? No. If you like artwork games, you may want to stick through it. If you are looking for a puzzle game, look somewhere else. I'm sorry.